All right, people. I hope you're all fit and fine. So, first thing first, before we continue today's session, I wanted to talk about something first. You see this number here just after the flag of America, like the British flag, whatever the flag it is. There is written a 61 number, right? So let me just click on it and it will show about something. Your English score is 61, more about the score. Okay, so yeah, this is what I am talking about. So initially when I started streaming about, learning English, and this is for those people who wanted to learn English together with someone else or get encouraged with like with someone. So this was my aim for these kind of streams. Okay, so since I had some previous experience with the English language earlier, since I have been learning it since my childhood, I decided to choose that I have a little bit better knowledge than who have no knowledge at all, because Duolingo actually asks before actually assigning you lessons. Okay, so when I started these lessons, I didn't think about like there are peoples who could fall in between, or who could fall in the range of 0 to 60, right? So that is a problem and mistake from my end. And so this is I wanted to rectify this, that if someone is watching this video right now or whenever you are watching this, if you want me to like start it from the beginning, I can do that as well. Just let me know in the comment section, or how whatever you want to, whenever you want to say and wherever you want to say that. So just let me know and I can start it from the beginning at it, as it would be beneficial for me as well, as I would be revising some concepts that I may be lacking in. And so it would be better for each both of us. It is a win-win situation, right? So just let me know and we will continue from zero to where are we right now. All right. So yeah, this is what I just wanted to say about. So you can actually see that you are currently learning content aligned with the early B1 level of CFR. So there are some levels given in the learning of the English, and I have been assigned early B1 level of CEFR. I do not know what's the meaning of CEFR. CEFR. I will let you know in the next stream. So in real life, that means that you can confidently handle most situations while traveling. So if I am traveling to another country where English is a native language, or where most of the people speak English, then I can confidently handle situations where I can confidently talk to other people, native people there, and ask them or like have a conversation with them a little bit better. Okay, it won't be an issue for me. That is what this means. So just let me know, and you can see that there are multiple levels to it. So I'm just not yet reached at those levels, but do let me know if you want me to start it from the beginning of tech. That is that you want me to start from the really basic. Okay. Okay. So we actually completed the session in the previous session. We completed the section one, unit number two, about the work experience. I guess no, it was about describing a day in the college. And now the next unit is about discuss your work experience. Okay, it is all about the work you do at a workplace or something like that. It would be about those. So let us go and do it.
Beach day.
Each day.
Oscar is driving with his cousin, Orson.
Okay, Oscar is driving with his cousin Orson.
I'm so glad that I came to visit you.
So Oscar is kind of saying that he's driving with his cousin. Orson. Who is the Oscar? So this is Oscar, and he's talking to Orson right now. That and he is kind of thankful that Orson that he visited Orson. Okay, and we
Yeah,
will
I
know
only was
why.
only visiting for 2 days.
Yeah, I thought you were only visiting for 2 days. So Orson actually thought that Oscar was only visiting him for only 2 days.
Me too, but I've been here for 3 weeks.
So now Oscar is kind of like exclamating it that yeah, even I didn't thought about this that I would stay for this long, but now he has also added how much time he has been at his home or whatever place he what's the name of the other guy Orson is living at. Okay, me too. I have been here for 3 weeks. This is what he said.
I hated Los Angeles when I arrived, but I've really enjoyed living in your tiny apartment.
Okay, so Oscar is visiting his cousin whose name is what's the name Orson and Oscar is kind of like complex or like really what's that particular word for it, confusing name for me as they are kind of similar like Oscar and Os like I just again forgot Orson Oscar and Orson. So yeah, okay, so Oscar is saying that he hated Los Angeles when he arrived. Los Angeles is the place where his cousin lives. That is Orson lives, and he also adds that he has a tiny apartment. It could be a tiny apartment, or he may be mocking him for something like playful mocking. Not really in a bad sense. Okay.
Now I even enjoy the traffic and your strange, healthy food.
And now he is complimenting that now he even enjoys the traffic. I guess I do not I don't live in Los Angeles, and so I believe there is a lot of traffic there. And so Oscar is telling Os what was the name of that guy? Osborne. What was the other name? Orson. Oh my god. I guess I will just write that down somewhere. Okay. Now I even enjoy the traffic and your strange healthy food. So strange is something that unusual. Okay. Even the meanings are given there. If you are going through your app, just click on the word or sentence and just see through where it is being used. Okay. And if even if that does not have, Google is always there for you. So it's unusual. He finds his healthy food Osborne, he's Oscar, and that guy is uh uh he has son in his name. I forgot. Sorry, he will not say his name again. So whatever the name of the other guy of his cousin, okay. And your strange healthy food. So he likes his traffic, and he enjoys the traffic in Los Angeles, and now he even likes his healthy food that his cousin actually says that
I know. You ate everything.
I know you ate everything in my refrigerator on the sidewalk with my shoes. So uh, you can see that out of all the three options, if you are talking about uh, the sentence, I know you ate everything, then the context here only says that you ate something out of something, right? So something that is placed somewhere must be in a safe place, right? Right. So you ate everything on the sidewalk. Sidewalk is a place where people walk, right? Like sidewalk is a place just beside the roads where vehicles roam around, right? So I don't think that is the correct answer, but it could be if he was a beggar, I guess. No, no. I know you ate everything with my shoes. So I have heard about that people eat with spoons and forks and things like that. But I have never seen someone eat with his shoes. So both of these options are wrong, and in my refrigerator suits best here because you ate everything in my refrigerator. Refrigerator, you know what is a refrigerator? So the food is placed in a refrigerator safely. He's only telling us that yes, I confirm that you actually like the healthy food that I gave you, and that's why you ate everything inside the refrigerator that I have placed. Okay, that's what he meant.
In-
I really liked going to all those fancy restaurants too.
I really liked going to all those fancy restaurants too. So some of the times they may have visited restaurants to eat food. So he is adding that he also liked those places as well.
yes, and now I don't have any money. That's why I made sandwiches today.
Okay, so yeah, after going through all this, I mean, you will also get broke, right? So he's adding up that yes, because of that, and like visiting a lot of fancy restaurants because restaurants charge usually high than for their what do you say, for their service and their food. So now the cousin does not have any money left with him, so that's why he adds that since I do not have any money left with me, I have made sandwiches for today. So he's kind of adding that because of you living here, my expenses are getting out of my hand, and that's why I have made sandwiches today. Why is Orson annoyed? Oscar ate his food and fancy restaurants are expensive. Oscar has been cooking fancy meals for Orson. Orson hates eating healthy food. So, yeah, we just talked about that Oscar ate his food that was in the refrigerator, and because of that, Orson has to go and take Oscar with him to fancy restaurants. And since fancy restaurants are usually expensive, he does not have any money left with him. Okay, so that's why if think of a situation that if you are in the same sport, would you not be? You would be right. So that's what he meant here.
Orson parks his car by the beach.
Orson parks his car by the beach.
Surprise! We're eating lunch here.
Surprise! We are eating lunch here. So they have arrived at a beach,
But I hate the beach.
and now Oscar is creating a problem or something like that, and saying that he does not like beach. Beach is a place where people like a place where you actually swim around, and there's a shore where there's ocean water here. There a lot of people are there to get suntan and enjoy their time there. Okay, let me just click on the beach and you will understand a little bit better. Sandy place, yeah, I forgot to add that there is a lot of sand because this is an place where at the shore is a place where there is a lot of sand, and just beyond it is the ocean or something, a large area filled with water. Okay,
They get out of the car.
they get out of the car.
I love the beach. Now that it's summer, we'll come here every day.
Okay, so now Orson says that he actually loves beach, and now that it is summer season, they will go there every day. Uh-oh, what's the problem? Orson wants to go to the beach, but Oscar does not. Oscar wants to move to the beach. No. Oscar car stopped working. No. So yeah, the first one is the correct answer here because Orson actually likes beach, but Oscar does not like beach. No, I'm not leaving it. Who said I'm leaving?
But I hate sand, and the ocean water is too salty. It hurts my eyes.
Okay, so now Oscar is complaining that he hates sand and the ocean water is too salty for him. He does not like it because his eyes hurt. Like when you go swimming, uh, the ocean water gets in your eyes and it kind of burns for some people, and for some people it is okay.
I always hated the beach when we were kids. Don't you remember?
Okay, so he also adds that he always hated the beach when we were kids. He just said that even when they were kids, they must have visited beaches along their families, and so he adds that even when they were kids, he always hated the beach.
Just try to enjoy it.
And Osborne, no, Orson, it is right. Let me see. Yeah, first time I'm correct about this. Orson is his name. So Orson adds that just try to enjoy it. Why are you creating such a ruckus now?
They sit down on a towel and take out the sandwiches.
Okay, so they sit down on a table and take out the sandwiches.
But
Okay.
I didn't bring any sunscreen. Look, my face is already burning.
Okay, so now Oscar adds another complaint to it that he did not bring any kind of sunscreen, and he also adds that his face is already burning, right? So yeah, this is a problem for some people as well, that sun may be too much for their skin, too much for their skin, that they will get burns or they will have rashes or like some kind of these consequences. Okay.
A seagull lands on the towel and steals Oscar's sandwich.
Okay, nice. There is a wildcard entry in here, and that wildcard entry is seagull. Seagull is a type of bird, and they are usually infamous for stealing, you know, people's food. Okay, so what happened is when they were trying to eat their sandwich, a seagull appeared and he stole Oscar's sandwich just when he was about to eat it.
My sandwich! What am I going to eat now?
The eagle snatched the damn sandwich from Oscar, and now Oscar is furious or angry and saying, "What am I going to eat now?" Since he does not have anything to
A
eat
beach
now.
ball hits Oscar's face.
And to add on top of it, a beach ball hits Oscar's face. If you don't know what is a beach ball, it is just a ball. I don't need to add anything here, right? Beach ball is a little bit bigger ball. Hey, so now let's see what happens. So it hit Oscar's face, and what happened after that? Okay, so he exclaims that he is hurt.
A kid splashes water into Oscar's eyes.
Okay, I think Oscar is having a bad day, a really, really bad day, because after one thing after another, he is having bad events. The first thing happened that he went to the beach. The second thing that happened is he started having issue with the sunlight, and after that, a seagull approached him and stole his only sandwich. And after that, he got hit by a ball. Boom. And after that, a kid splashed water into Oscar's eyes, which he usually hates the ocean water, right? So he is actually having a bad day
So
today.
salty! It hurts my eyes!
Now he's exclaiming his pain out that, oh, that it's so salty, it's hurting his eyes right now. Wait, what just happened? Oscar went swimming in the ocean. No, Akir caught ocean water in Oscar's eyes. Yes.
Oh no! Let's go back to my apartment to take care of your eyes.
Oh no, why is he talking like that? Let's go back to my apartment to take care of your eyes. So he's adding that. Okay, so he is adding that. Okay, so since you are hurt, let's go back to where my apartment is. Okay, so instead of going to the apartment, you should head on to the doctor first to treat your eyes. Make sure to go to the doctor first, guys. Don't try to be doctor
Shoot!
yourself unless you are one.
Because of traffic.
We will be there in 2 hours because of traffic. So I think now Olson is trying to mock Oscar, right? Okay, I forgot to remove the damn notifications. Okay, sorry about that. We will be there in 2 hours because of traffic. So yeah, I was just saying that now Orson is trying to mock Oscar because Oscar earlier said that he actually likes traffic, and now Orson actually adds it in that in 2 hours we will be back at home because they will be stuck in traffic. Okay, let's see.
I hate Los Angeles.
Okay, so now Oscar is back to where he started, and he hates Los Angeles now. I think he's doing like Orson is doing these things for a
I'm
purpose.
going home tomorrow.
Yeah, I think these are some of the tactics that people do so that uh, the visitors or the relatives don't stay at your home for too long because it is kind of inconvenient if you stay too long. Make sure to, you know, leave the house of your relative as soon as you can and don't bother them for too long. It is not really a good thing because they have a life to live as right. When someone arrives visit someone, it is kind of a duty for them to actually be present for them and service them, so it is kind of tiresome as well. So make sure you guys always keep that in mind and don't be so selfish and just take care of others as well. Okay, why is Oscar going home tomorrow? He has an important art show. No, he does not. He wants to visit more beaches. No, he dislikes beaches. He does not want to go back to the beach. Yes, that's true. Why does Oscar's face start burning? Oscar's face start burning because of, first of all, Orson made him to visit beach with him, and after that he didn't bring any kind of sunscreen, right? So since he didn't bring any sunscreen to protect his to protect his skin from the sunlight rays, his skin started burning. Okay, that's the answer. Oh, 20 minutes. You know, around 27 days. Nice. You see this blue icon here? It is because I didn't do any kind of lesson on that particular day. I must be very busy. Who knows? Hmm? I'm not in one in it. Oh, wait. Okay, so we just completed the first lesson and let's head with the second one.
To make a decision is to decide.
To make a decision is to decide. What does decision means? Okay, so this is for the vocabulary part. What does decision mean? What you cook? Cooking is not something like what you cook is not the correct answer here because cooking is something which you do to eat something, right? Like some raw vegetables. You cook raw vegetables in order to eat them, right? So decision is something what you choose, what you wanna do about something. Like I have decided to learn English, so that is my decision. So this is what I have chosen to do. Okay. Where you are born is not the right answer here. So we are gonna go with the second option. Has our dash contacted you yet? So out of four options, what's the correct answer? Has our rain contacted you yet? No, rain is not someone. I guess we are talking about in this sentence, in a particular sentence, we are talking about a singular person. And since onion, rain, and pen are not really. There is a word for this, object. There is a object word. I'm not really sure about the name. Inanimate objects. Okay, inanimate objects are things that are not living. Okay, inanimate objects. So boss is here someone who could be a person. Boss is someone that is at the, you know, at the uh, that is above your position. That is, if you are a developer, then there must be a boss above you who orders you to do thing, do this, do that, do this, that, blah blah blah. Okay, so we are gonna go with the boss, and we are gonna read this sentence. Has our boss contacted you yet? Okay, so another person is asking another person. Person is asking another person that this person must have a boss, and he's asking if my boss has, or they are both in the same company, I guess. So has our boss contacted you yet? I do not know why he's using our here, because he's only one right now. Like he does not have many people around him. And let me see, has our boss contacted you yet? So he's just asking whether my boss has contacted you yet for any kind of queries or whatever we wanted to talk
Boss.
about.
I've always understood math. It was my favorite subject in school.
Okay, I've always understood math. It was my favorite subject in school. That's great. Tell us more about your studies. So we have to complete the conversation here. That's what these two sentences I can see. So yes, I can work on Saturdays and Sundays. This does not make any sense in the context here, because the first person is telling us that he actually loved a subject, and he also tells us that that was his favorite subject in school. And now the second person also adds that that is a great thing that you actually love that subject, and he's adding more into it that tell us more about your studies. Studies is basically like what you actually did in your school, or what you loved, or what you did in your school. Okay, that completes the sentence here.
When you want a job, you have to apply for it.
When you want a job, like when you want to do something for living, you have to apply for it. You have to apply for it is basically to uh, ask to, like here it is present ask to work, that you have to, if you are applying for a job somewhere, you have to tell them that I want to work at your place. That is, you are asking them that I want to work, right? Be very clean. That is requirement. Yeah, that is actually a requirement, that if you want to apply for a job, you don't want yourself to be dirty. Nobody would want a person who is dirty, not really clean. uh, Pay for dinner, it is out of context here, because we are not talking about any kind of dinner or restaurants here. So out of these two, the first and second one, the right answer is ask to work. Okay.
What questions will they ask me in the interview?
So someone is asking, this is a question about conversation between two peoples, and the first person is asking what questions will they ask me in the interview. Interview is a event where there is two people involved in it, and there is a interviewer and there is an interviewee. Okay, The interviewer is the person who asks the other person about his qualifications, experience, or whatever the interviewee knows about the job. Okay. So the second person needs to be giving away the answer of what she is asking. Like she's asking what questions can an interviewer ask. So the second person answer is, of course, I can answer the phone for you. Well, something about your skills, I think. So the first option here, you can see, of course, I can answer the phone for you is a little bit off context here because uh, the first person is asking about what is the interviewer gonna ask. And of course, I can answer the phone for you is not something you will add as the next sentence or in the conversation because it is kind of let's say if it is sentence and we want a previous sentence whatever the person said to her before she actually gave this answer, like this answer, of course I can answer the phone for you. So he must have asked, can you answer the phone for me? Then, only then you can add this sentence that, yes, of course, I can answer the phone for you. Okay. And now the second sentence says, well, something about your skills, I think. Just I said earlier about that the interviewer is someone who asks you about your skills and your qualifications. Okay. So that suits the conversation well. I'm busy now, but I will sign the dash later. Okay, so as you can see in the image here, there is a guy who is actually typing on the. There is three and four thing. Okay, there are multiple things to see in this picture. That is kind of really deep. Okay, you need to understand that first. So first thing first is see that there is a guy here. He's working on a laptop, and he's talking over a phone. And then there is a clock here which is at 11 p.m. at night. Why I say it's at night? Because just below the person there is the window and you can see moon and the dark night. And to add on it, on the table beside him is a pile of documents. So he must be working really hard right now. So actually, you always need to read the context here. Not just read the picture as well, understand it, and then answer the question. I'm busy now, but I will sign the dash later. So why he is busy? You can see in the image clearly that the guy is actually busy right now because he is working overtime. I guess that is the correct answer. Okay, another shit. I will just let me just clear off these. I will just open the do not disturb because it is actually disturbing us in between. Okay. I'm busy now, but I will sign the dash later. What will he sign? What do you actually sign in the real life? A document, an ocean, a business, an evening. You actually sign a document. Okay. A document is something written for some kind of approval or something, right? So we with document.
Why did you decide to study engineering?
Someone is asking another person, why did you decide? Why did you choose to learn engineering? Okay. And so the answer, the other person needs to give an answer related to it and not out of context. Okay. Well, I have always been interested in physics. Yes, I can speak 7 foreign languages. So the other guy, that the person who could ask the question, is not asking about any kind of languages they have learned or whatever they have learned, but they are asking about the reason why did you choose to study engineering. So the person needs to give the answer related to the engineering. Okay, that sets that really matches or suits the conversation in between. Okay, so the thing is, well, I have always been interested in physics. That is the logical argument here because he is actually talking about some kind of a subject here. Okay, physics is a subject, if you know. Physics is a subject in the science. If you know about science, you know about that physics deals with the real world architecture. Oh no, like the physics is something which deals with the study of like these forces and gravitational forces, uh, all of these things. You know what I'm talking about, not the chemical one. Chemical ones are different, and the physics one are different. So we already need to only need to talk about some kind of subject here, and physics is a kind of subject. So he's saying that I have always been interested in physics, and so that's why I am studying. I have decided to study engineering. It sounds like you are dash for this job. See you tomorrow at 8 o'clock. So someone is basically the chef here is saying to someone that it sounds like you are empty for this job. That is not correct. Windy for this job? That does not sound really good. Loud for this job? No. Okay, so if you read the context after the blank space, you will see that see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock. So he wants to see the other person again. Why he wants to see the other person again is because he must have tested her abilities somewhere and must have acknowledged that she is good. And when someone is good, or like someone is talking about others skills, then you gotta label it with something, and that is like perfect. It sounds like you are perfect for this job. Like it really suits you. Basically the job that is need to be done, it really suits you.
Perfect.
Well, I'm just nervous about my job interview.
Well,
Well,
I'm just
nervous
about
about
my job interview.
interview.
That's what he said. So he's saying, well, I'm just nervous about my job interview. He must be nervous because right before the interview, most of the people get nervous because, the interviewee does not know what kind of questions the interviewer is going to ask. So it is in human nature to get like nervous before these kind of things.
On your resume, you explain where you've studied and worked. It's a document for applying for jobs.
On your resume, you explain where you have studied and worked. It is a document for applying for jobs. So the person is telling us that a resume is a thing where you have explained where you have studied and where you have worked previously, if you have actually worked or not. It is a document for applying for jobs. So before you apply for jobs, you need to provide some data about you, that this is my background. I have done my education here, and I have worked here before and there before, and these are my skill sets and all of these things, right? So what does resume mean? A report about your skills. A book about jobs? No. A list of your favorite toys? No. These are out of context, so we are gonna go with this because a resume tells about your skills. What do you do? What did you do in your past, and what are your current skills? So yeah, based on that, you are chosen for the
I've
job.
done research since 2015.
I
I've
have done.
done. I've done research since 2015.
I have done research since
Since
2015.
2015.
I haven't applied for jobs since 2020.
Okay, so she's saying that I have not applied for jobs since 2020. Why you have not done that? I guess she's a freelancer now because this is 2025, and she's if she's not a freelancer, then she is broke.
American bosses give workers pay and benefits like vacation time and lower prices at the doctors.
American bosses give workers pay and benefits, like benefits are something good thing, okay? A good thing. Like when you do something, there are benefits for it. Like waking up early has some benefits to it, and doing meditations have benefits for your body. Okay, so benefits are something that is a byproduct or some of something. Byproduct of something. That is when you do something and you get out of something. Okay. So, what does benefits mean here? Helping your boss move? No. Working late at night? That's not a benefit, but it is a torture. And something nice for workers. Yes, that's the correct answer. Something nice for workers could be anything. Like here, benefits is defined as the vacation time and lower prices at the doctors. Okay. So when you visit the doctors, you will have to give like the prescriptions or whatever the charge for seeing a doctor would be lower, and you will get the vacation time. It all includes in the benefits. Fill in the blank. I've done 2 or 3 part-time jobs since I dash my education. Someone is saying that I have done 2 or 3 part-time jobs. He has done 2 or 3 part-time jobs since I dash my education. Since I completed. So these three are the same things, but this is a question about tense. Okay. So this guy has actually completed 2 or 3 part-time jobs earlier. So we are talking about thing in past, and since we are talking about things in past, these three things are just say like the completed and completing. His That completed here is the right answer, because completed defines that the whatever the action he did it in past. Okay, completing is saying that he is actually working on it right now. He is doing that action right now. That currently I am streaming. So streaming is basically I am currently what my action is. Okay. So he completed his education earlier. That's the correct answer. The pay is dash. So I'm not going to accept this job. So she's saying that the pay is dash. So I'm not going to accept this job. If the pay is when okay, so let's think of this scenario. If you are applying for a job and the job interviewer gives you this much amount of money, when will you actually refuse the offer? When it is not really up to what you really think, when the offer is not up to really what you think, or maybe it is really below your expectations, then you would not want to join that. Okay, so since out of these three options here, that is great and perfect, these two defines that is kind of tells us in a way that the amount that is being paid is high or good. Okay, but too low defines that no, I do not want to work at that place because the pay is really too low. That is the reason. I wanted to work for your airline since I became a pilot. Okay, so now the thing is, I wanted to work for your airline since I became a pilot. He became a pilot some years earlier, or whenever he became a pilot, he always wanted to. This is kind of a dream to say that I have always wanted. I have always no. There's no always. I have wanted to work for your airline since I became a pilot. So he's saying that when I became a pilot, have wanted to work for your airline because he must really like the airline or some kind of like the services there. There must be a reason for that, right? Okay, we completed this 20 minutes. Your single chapter is taking a lot of time right now. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. No thanks. Later. Let's hear this one. Job skills class.
Welcome to Ideas with B, where people share their interesting business projects. I'm B, and if I like your business idea, we can work together.
Okay.
But first, here are some words you need to know.
First thing first, we need to know what she's saying.
Attended.
Attended. We have to match the pairs here. So she says attended.
Confidence.
Confidence.
Teamwork.
Teamwork.
Practice.
Practice.
Hi, B. I'm Marilyn. I have an idea for a class that teaches basic job skills like writing resumes or teamwork.
Marilyn's class covers job skills. That's correct.
That sounds very useful. Knowing how to write resumes or prepare for an interview can help a lot of people. How does the class work?
Well, the class is for anyone. It teaches skills like email writing, teamwork, and how to feel confident in interviews. It teaches skills like email writing, teamwork, and how to feel confident in interviews.
So we have to email. Okay, so yeah, it was teaches as well. So in the sentence, we have to just choose what she speaks in the sentence here. Okay.
Confidence is so important when applying for jobs. Do people practice interviews in the class?
Yes, we do practice interviews and students help each other by giving feedback. They also review resumes together.
Okay. Marilyn says the class teaches accounting. No, the Marilyn teaches them how to write the right resume, prepare for the interviews, get confident in their skills, things like that. Offer scholarships? No. Builds confidence. That's correct.
That's a great idea. Many people don't know if their resume shows all their skills.
Hmm.
Do students get a certificate after the class?
Yes, they do. The certificate shows they attended the class and learned the skills. It's a good addition to their resumes.
Okay.
It's a good addition to their resumes.
Okay, so there are two theirs here, and you need to actually identify which is the correct one there here. Because when we are talking about this one, the THERE, when we are using this one, we are actually referring it to a particular location, okay, that something is placed there. And when we are using THEIR, then we are referring to like a person or or thing, like it is theirs. That is this there belong, it is kind of used to like add in a kind of a sense of like belonging, that it belongs to someone. Okay, it is theirs. I live there is something that I am trying to point out a location. Okay, so there's a difference here, and when we are hear this in the
It's a good addition to their resumes.
okay, so she says it is a good addition to their resumes. So we are actually trying to add that, we are actually trying to give it a reference to their resumes, to a person. Okay, to their resumes, it means that uh, the the people that are learning in her coaching class or wherever she's teaching.
I love this idea, Marilyn. I think it will help people a lot. Your skills class idea sounds perfect. Let's work together.
Eh, what was this episode about? A class for job skills? A cooking class? A music lesson? No, it was a class for job skills. Okay.
Thanks for listening to Ideas with B. See you next time.
Okay, see you next time. See ya. Bye. Nice. Okay, Barso Saho is actually learning my native language. That is nice. Nice to see. Nice to see. Applying for a job. This is a story. So this would be the last lesson for this session, guys. Eddie's advice column. Okay, let's see what's his advice. Hello, friends. Hello, Eddie. And
I'm
so
Eddie. Today the question is, how can I apply for a part-time job?
today the question is, how can I apply for a part-time job? Okay.
You're in the right place. I might not be a career expert, but I've had my share of jobs.
Okay. So he's saying that he's not a career expert, that he's not really that much expert in giving the advice, but I have had my share of job that he have worked at a lot of places as well. So he is ready to share his experience with
I
us.
teach gym at the high school and coach kids soccer on weekends.
So he says that he teaches gym at the high school. At the high school, he teaches the children or students how to properly do the lifting or whatever, and coach kids soccer on weekend and on the Saturdays and Sundays. Uh, he he coaches for students, for small students or for younger students like the kids on how to
Here's what you
play
can do.
soccer properly. Here's what you can do. Eddie suggests he is not a career expert, teaching history, only coaching soccer. So yeah, as T just told us about that, he is not a career expert.
Write a great resume.
Write a great resume. Yeah, this is a good start. So whenever you are trying to apply for a job and a resume tells about you without you being there. Okay, so whenever someone is reading your resume, it needs to have all the details about your skill sets, your education, and your previous work experience to let the interviewer know that you are an experienced guy and you are a perfect fit for that particular job. Okay,
Start by writing
start by writing a poem. No, a cake. No, a resume.
a resume. Make sure to include your skills and education. If you played a sport in school, add that too.
So yeah, that's what I just said about that. Make sure to add your skill set and your education. Okay,
It shows you're a team player.
it shows your team player. So he also added that if you played a sport in school, add that too as well, because it shows that you have worked in a team and you are a team player, that you are comfortable working in a team. Okay. Eddie suggests adding school sports to your resume. Yes, that's right.
And don't forget to underline the important parts. This way, employers know what you like best.
Okay, so he also adds that when you write your resume, make sure to underline important parts. And those important parts could be anything, like whatever you want to be showcase and your interview to see that excel at these things. Okay, like you could underline it or you could make them bold out, like you know, bolding out some letters, like you see there, write a great resume on the top, you can see that it is bolded out, right? So uh, it becomes the focus of the person who is looking at the resume.
Practice for interviews.
Now he's talking about how do you practice for the interviews after your resume is
Interviews with a
selected.
friend.
Practice interviews with a friend. So if you have a friend, you should ask him to help for the interviews. So the friend would ask you the questions related to your skills or skill sets. And Eddie suggests practicing interviews solo. No, that's wrong. He says that you should practice with your friends.
You can ask each other questions and give answers that sound good. Try using a mirror to see how you look when you talk.
Okay, so he adds that you can ask each other the questions and give each other the answer that sound good. Try using a mirror. He also adds that you can use a mirror as well to see how you look when you give answers. Okay, because usually the interviewer is asking the question, it is on face, it is really a face-to-face conversation, right? So you need to perform better, and uh, if you practice in front of a mirror, it will add up in your confidence as well, because you will know where you are lacking and how you are actually behaving while giving up the answers.
Interviews are important, so practice makes you more confident.
Yeah, so he adds up that interviews are important, and that practicing it would make you more confident in your skill, or giving away the answers.
Be ready to contact employers.
Be ready to contact employers. Employees are someone who provide you with the jobs. Okay.
Once you've sent your resume, get ready. They'll contact you by phone or email.
So once you send your resume to an employer, they will contact you by phone or by email.
Keep your phone nearby, just in case.
And make sure to keep your phone nearby just in case, okay? So that you do not forget or you know not get blacklisted for not picking up the call from the interviewer.
Sometimes companies have part time jobs with great benefits, so don't miss their call.
He adds up that sometimes companies do not have a full-time but a part-time jobs with great benefits. So make sure you do not miss their call as well, and stick to your schedule. Eddie says companies might offer excellent perks, no benefits, only full-time jobs. Excellent perks.
With my tips, you'll be ready to land a part time job.
Okay, so he ends up his conversation that with these tips you will be ready to land a part-time job. I guess you will be ready for even a full-time job as well, not a part-time job. Part-time job is something that you do know that is like not really a full-time job. Okay, okay. I just made a dumb statement, right? Okay, a part-time job, not full-time. He also added that it is a not full-time work, but didn't actually provided the real difference between the a part-time job could be of any hours. Okay, a full-time job is said to be a defined hours, like most people do a full-time job, that is 9 to 5 jobs are their full-time job. A part-time job is something that you do in your free time. Okay, that is a part-time job.
Good luck, Eddie.
Good luck, Eddie. He's just saying good luck. Eddie suggests practicing writing emails, calling employers immediately for interviews. So Eddie suggests that practicing for interviews will increase your confidence. Okay, which of Eddie's tips seems most helpful? So I think most of all of them are helpful. Like writing your resume, adding up your skills, education, and and practicing your skills for the interview, and all these things. That are the most helpful tips that he told about. Okay, that's it, guys. We completed 4 chapters, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. So we have completed 4 chapters today. 4 chapters today, and we shall continue the next chapters in our next session. So yeah, I will just add up that again about the starting of the learning phase. That like if you want me to start from the basic of the English learning, just let me know in the comment section, and we will start the thing from the start, from the next stream. It's okay. I will be there. Okay then. All right. See you again in the next stream. Okay, so let us end it till our one, guys.